أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والتابعين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم ارزقنا علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وشفاء من كل داء، ونعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن عين لا تدمع ومن نفس لا تشبع ومن دعاء لا يستجاب له. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا هداة مهديين غير ضالين أو مضلين أو فاتنين أو مفتونين أو مبدلين أو مبتدعين، بفضلك وجودك وكرمك وإحسانك يا رب العالمين. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. أما بعد. Today's topic is actually one of the topics I considered is the most important topic for the whole ummah. Why? Because the ummah, we want unity, we want this, we want that, we want sharia, we want khilafah, we want. But when I was very young, one sheikh, he said something so beautiful. He said, we blame the government, we blame the enemy of Islam, we blame society, we blame everybody. Okay, who's stopping you to have sharia in your house? Who's stopping you to have Islam in your house? And he said, if we have Islam in our house, Allah will give us Islam outside. You see? Automatically, you do not have to do anything. But what happened is, we become just bunch of talker. And once our life come together, we're not living as a Muslim. How? Somebody tell me, brother, we make salah, we make zakah, we make fasting, we go to hajj, we make the umrah. What else you want? Islam is a status within, is a sense of responsibility. And to start with it, one hadith. Only one. Famous hadith in Sahih Muslim al-Bukhari, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what he said? He said, كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. All of you responsible, and everyone responsible for what he owns. فالرجل مسؤول ومسؤول عن رعيته والمرأة مسؤولة ومسؤولة عن رعيتها. By this way, the hadith, it keep going. The man is responsible and responsible for his family. And the woman responsible and responsible for her family. You see? And the children responsible. And the imam is responsible. And the average responsible. Everyone responsible for who care for. But put underneath responsibility, big line. Responsible. Meaning you will be questioned about it. Today, if you ask me, this talk is easy. By this way, if you ask me the first element in here, how to be a Muslim, how to be Abdullah. If I am Abdullah as a father, marry Abdullah, my wife, we will have Abdullah kids. Very simple. And this is why I believe without no doubt, unless the Muslim Ummah marry for Allah, we're not going anywhere. Because if I am for Allah, you are for Allah, we marry each other for Allah, we bring kids for Allah, the kids, Allah will give them elevation. But watch what happened. Learn it, not learn it. Educate it, not educate it. What we looking for? Once somebody coming for marry, what we do? We're looking for the prestige, for the status, for the beauty, for the money, for the degree, for the car, for the house. Show me even big educated person. He can do what Umar ibn Khattab did. You know what Umar ibn Khattab did? Radiallahu anhu. Umar ibn Khattab, when he was a Khalifa, he's walking. walking. Someday he woke and he heard from the inside a tent. He heard a woman said to her daughter, "Oh my daughter, go add some water in the milk. By this way we increase it and we make more money." She said, "Ya Ummah, oh my mother, did you not hear Umar ibn Khattab said don't do that?" She said, the mother said to the daughter, she said, "Oh my daughter, where is Umar? Umar do not see us." And the daughter replied, she said, "Ya mom, if Umar cannot see us, Allah will see us." Look at the daughter. Today, every time I meet a daughter, my mom tell me, is my mom is Allah? Is my mom is Quran? And honest to Allah, parents as a Muslim, they are the ultimate criminal in earth. We abusing the license Allah give us. Obey me, obey me, you have to obey me. I'm your mom. Jannah underneath my feet. Do whatever I tell you. This is correct if you command your family for sabilillah. If you choose your daughter, somebody for Allah's sake. Look what Umar did and see if you can do it. Umar radiallahu anhu, right away, he said one of his deputy, "Come here, make a mark over the tent. Make mark, quick. Tell me who is the owner, who's this girl?" He said, "This girl named Layla. We call her the girl of the sheep. Because they have a few sheep and they milk them and they sell milk to some people around." Meaning what? What the status of this girl? The girl of the sheep. Even when you look in the story, the title of this girl is the girl of sheep. Because nobody know her. No last name, no nothing. No family name, no cars, no fancy, no nothing. You know what he did? He went straight home and he gathered his sons. And he said, "Listen, is a girl need to get married today. Who will marry her?" Right away. Silent. He screamed, and Umar is big, huge. "Who will marry this girl?" Nobody talk. He said, "Wallahi, if none of you will marry her, I will marry her right now." Why he won't marry the girl? Did he see her? No. Did he know who she is? No. Only for one cause. He loves a sentence. He loved one sentence. She said, "This is a qualification the girl have." Right away, one of his sons, his name is Asim ibn Umar ibn Khattab, he said, "Me and my father." And look what Allah did. Asim married Layla. Later on, or wallahu a'lam, they have a girl called Layla. Later on, this is the seed generating Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the most pious, famous Khalifa after Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. By this way, look at now, when the man need Allah and the girl for sabilillah, what they produce? You see? Another story very similar. Okay? When a man, unknown man, he's walking, very hungry and very poor. He's walk and he find an apple. He start eating. After 2 bites, he think, this apple is belong to a tree. He run back. He find the tree inside the gate and the branch outside. He said, meaning this apple is not belong to me. Is belong to the owner of this house. He keeps the apple in his hand, minus 2 bites. He didn't eat anymore. And he ran to the house. The house is a very luxury house, gated with a garden, everything. He said, emergency. I have to see the owner of the house immediately. The guard thinks something is going on. He ran to the owner of the house. The owner of the house tell him, come, bring this person. I want to know who he is. The owner of the house, he said, you want meet me emergency? He said, yes. He said, why? He said, I was walking by and I find an apple. I eat 2 bites. But I discovered this apple belonged to your tree. Please forgive me. The owner of the house looked at him. He's a big shot, big names. He said, no, I will never forgive you. He said, why? He said, you want me to forgive you? He said, yes. He said, I have only one daughter. You have to marry her. He said, okay. He said, but I want to tell you something. My daughter is blind. Okay. And she's deaf. Okay. And she's mute. Okay. And she's paralyzed. For sabilillah, okay. Look at what he did. Look what he did. Look what the father did. Look what happened now. They marry right away. Not like you guys waiting for 1 year and the family has to come over and we have to do wedding and we have to put card and this and that. Allahu Akbar. These people, this is real. We are fake. We are a bunch of fake. Wonder what happened. He married her, and you know, according to Islam, okay, the man sit down with the father, I accept, and the father go to the daughter, ask her for acceptance, finished. And wonder what happened. This man, the rich man, he went to his daughter. He said, my daughter, I find a man, very poor, unknown, but he has a beautiful piety. I said, this is a gift for you, because you always want a pious man. She said, best advice you give me, my father. Because in Islam and Sharia, the father cannot make a decision. Father cannot make decision. Mother cannot make decision. The girl has the final right. It's not the father, it's not the mother. You can give advice, that's it. A father can give advice, but the girl, she has the only say. He married her. And when he went, he decided to give salam. But he said, why I will give her salam? If I give her salam, she cannot hear or see. But let me give her salam for sabilillah. And when he entered the room is dark. He said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. He heard a voice, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. What? Meaning you're hearing, you're talking, and he finds somebody walking toward him. What is that? She's very beautiful, and she's walking. She has no problem. He said, your father lied to me. He said, you're deaf, you're mute, you're paralyzed, and you're gonna... She said, no, my father did not lie. He tell you the truth. I am blind because I never see a man except you. In my whole life. I am paralyzed because I never go anywhere. I am mute and deaf because I do not talk to nobody at all. You're the only man I ever heard and talked to. Look at this kind of marriage. Look at the kind of marriage. Was he be reduced later on? Imam Abu Hanifa. The seed of this girl. What about Abu Darda radiallahu anhu, Hakim al-Ummah, the most wise man in the Ummah? He was traveling nearby and he went to Salah. And after he finished Salah, he finds a man next to him, he cannot make Salah. His Salah is so bad, containing a lot of mistakes. He said to the man, do you know better than that? Meaning, do you know any rule or fiqh or understanding better than that? He said, no. He said, why you do not go to learn? He said, I'm so poor. I have no money to go to any sheikh. He said, are you married? He said, I tell you I'm poor, I cannot even go to learn. How I can get married? He said, do you want to get married to somebody to teach you Islam? He said, who will accept it? He said, me. A few days before, the son of the Khalifa of the Mu'mineen asked him for his daughter, for his son. Abu Darda refused. The son of the Khalifa, he won't marry his daughter. He said, no. Why? He said, my daughter, if you marry the son of the Khalifa, you live in luxury life, it will eat your iman away. I do not want you to lose your iman. Because luxury life will never allow you to live real iman. Very difficult. Who's talking? Abu Darda radiallahu anhu. What his title name? Hakim al-Ummah. The most wise man in the Ummah. Who gave him this title? Rasulullah. We marry with the wrong base. I marry because you look, or because the status. What about Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal rahmatullah alayh? He wanted to get married. And he walked by and he found somebody. He said, I have two daughters. He said, can you give me one? The father told him, I have two. One so pretty, but she has light head. And one blind, and she doesn't look good. But she has very piety and very wise. He said, give me this one. You see these people, what they do? Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi, when his wife died at Zuhri time and he buried her, Asr time he get married. His wife died Zuhr. He get married Asr. They said, yeah, Imam, you bury your wife in Zuhr and you marry another one in Asr. He said, did you not hear Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam what he said? He said, the worst one among you, he meet Allah single. I do not want to meet Allah single. Look at their thinking. They have nothing to do with dunya. Everything for Allah. By the way, if you ask me today, what is the problem with us? We are fake. Our Islam is fake. And I can prove it to you. When marriage coming, all Islam is dropped. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what he said? He said, إِذَا جَاءَكُمُ الرَّجُلُ, if a man came to you, تَرْضَوْنَ دِينَهُ وَخُلُقُهُ, you like his character and his deen and his manner, فَزَوِّجُوهُ, give him your daughter. إِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا, if you do not do so, تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ وَفَسَادٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ, it will be a big fitna and mischief in earth. Why? Because who is the mother? She's the teacher of the generation. Who is the father? Is the role model. If you are having blessed soul and your wife is blessed soul, you have blessed kids. But if you are full of shayateen, she's full of shayateen. You have all kind of disease. She have all kind of disease. What kind of kids you have? Today, we're thinking about what we're going to eat today. Look at the early people, what they used to do. The mother of Jannah. The mother of Jannah, before she cook, she make wudu. Before she cook, she make wudu. And she make 2 rak'ah. Oh Allah, put barakah in my food. And make it the source of hidayah for my kids and my family. Today, all we worry about the recipe. We go to Jahannam, no problem. But recipe has to be delicious. What is that? What about the man, the companion, who traveling, and before he traveled, his wife was pregnant and have a child. He tell her, oh my wife, don't ever allow anybody to breastfeed your child. One day she was sick. When a mother is breastfeeding and she's sick, she cannot feed the baby. From biology, from dunya perspective, from Islamic perspective, no. And believe it or not, if the wife have a dispute with the husband and she's acting up, she should not breastfeeding the child. Because this child will have disobedience in his blood. By the way, in the middle of sickness, she gives a baby to the neighbor and tell her, please, take him, but please don't feed him from your breast. Because the neighbor was having breastfeeding too. Later on, this man becomes a scholar, big scholar. And once in a while, he have a situation. He lose conscious. And when they ask him what happened, he said, this is a drop of milk of the neighbors. The neighbor took the baby is crying. By mistake, she make him play with her breast. A drop of milk came, he drank it. This drop of milk corrupt him. We do not know what we be reducing. The ummah today, what it need? It need a man for sabilillah, a woman for sabilillah, be reducing a child for sabilillah. This child, Allah will give him victory, Allah give him the quality, Allah elevates the ummah with him. It start when? When you for Allah, the wife for Allah. What happened? Can it be I am only? It doesn't work. Can it be woman only? It doesn't work. Why? Look at Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he sacrificed. His wife Sarah sacrificed. The second wife Hajar sacrificed. Ismail alayhi salam sacrificed. The whole family sacrificed again. Now Allah give them the gift. What gift? He gives them a nice house in such and such a location. What's the ultimate gift? He tell you, Ibrahim, take your son Ismail, rebuild the Kaaba for me. This is an honor. How many of us look at our children and said, Allah, make my child honor Islam, Ya Allah. And honor me who's my child, Ya Allah. How many of us do that? How many of us look at our child, oh Allah, don't make my child fitna to me, but make my child qurratu aynun li, a pleasure of my eyes in this life and hereafter. Oh Allah, don't make my child an enemy of Islam or destroying Islam. Because today, who will destroy Islam? Us, our family, our kids. I was 7, 8 years old. I walking with my father. And he always take me everywhere he go. And this day, I mean well. I tell him, Father, you go and Sheikh so and so. Can you take me with you? He said, why you want to come? He said, I want to learn. In a split of a second, my head was underneath his feet and my 2 legs was in his hand. He held me like a rabbit. He twisted me in the air and he held me like a rabbit. And he put his feet over my neck. He said, my son, I will never give you knowledge. I said, why? He said, knowledge without adab will destroy you and destroy everybody after you. But you learn adab, Allah will give you knowledge. And at this time will be a useful knowledge for you and other. And this is why Imam Shafi'i, what he said? He said, I was a companion of Imam Malik 18 years. How long? 18 years. 16 years adab. And 2 years knowledge. And I wish the 18 years was adab. You see? Today we go to internet. I pass hadith, you pass hadith, you pass, you know, passing knowledge. Where's the character? Where's the manner? Where's the piety? Where's the adab? Where's the akhlaq? Tell me, where? Where? And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what he said? He said in the end of time, one of the signs of the end of time, when the mother give birth to her own master. I see it today loud and clear. You find the mother having a child, 2, 3 years old, Who's running in the front? The child. Who running behind the child? The mother. Do you want to eat? No. Do you want to eat this? No. Do you want to eat this? No. And she opened the refrigerator. And the child decided what he want to eat. And the mother asking permission from the child. The mother asking permission from the child. Do you want to eat? Child 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You ask him a permission? You take him to the refrigerator and ask him what you want to eat. Is the child know what is good for him? And you find out all day long the mother running after the child. Please eat, please eat, please eat, please eat, please eat. Excuse me? Make him hungry. He will eat in 5 minutes. Finished. You do not have to say to the child, eat at all. Finished. If he's hungry, he will come, please, I want to eat. Finished. 5 minutes. Now you do not have to clean up the house. You don't have to run after him. You don't have to clean all the clothing. Because today, one child to eat 2 hours. And after that, the mother tell you, I'm exhausted. I have no time. Why you have no time? Because your upbringing is wrong. You're wasting your time. You're abusing yourself and your child. And you're producing what? Mommy boy and mommy girl. What mommy boy, mommy girl? Mommy, give me this. Mommy, give me this. Mommy, give me this. Mommy, give me this. And the mother feel good about it. Even the girl, when she grow. Can you buy shoes? No, no, no. My mommy buy shoes. Can you buy this? No, my mommy buy this. If you take a girl today or a young man to the market, they do not even know how to buy tomato. Really? Is this tomato or is this orange? I don't know. You see? In India one time, a man, I hired him as a driver. Almost in the mid-30. I tell him, if I give you a job to do, to buy some vegetable and fruit for me, can you buy it? He said, no, I can't. I said, why? You do not know where it is? He said, I know where is the market, but I never buy vegetable and fruit. I said, who buy it? He said, mommy. Mommy? I said, now you marry? He said, yes. I said, who doing it? He said, my wife. This is what happened. And we think we do goodness. And the kids do not know nothing about life. And we have some hire maid, and the maid do everything, and the child said, doing nothing. Only he know, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. And when you spoil a child, do you know what happened? This child will never have a sense of responsibility. He will never have a sense of responsibility. He will never be good. He doesn't know how to be good. He will never know how to even receive goodness. Why? Because he's so selfish. Because mommy boy or mommy girl, what they produce? Selfish. Selfish, greedy, useless, restless, good for nothing. All you have to do, put him in a plastic bag, in a garbage, dump him. It's not good for himself, it's not good for society. Finished. What happens if he marry? Ask yourself, if you claim you are a woman in here or a girl, do you want to marry a mommy boy? Wonder what happened. Nothing. Wacko? Marry wacko. Have bunch of wacko. That's it. And after that, we're looking for somebody to take care about them. But the seed is wrong. If your kid's hot pepper, you want them to be watermelon? By this way, I believe without no doubt, this topic, one of the most important topic in the Ummah. And it reflects the reality of your Iman. How many of you can go to the masjid, find a man, very pious man, and you do not know nothing about him? Are you married? No, come here. Please, marry my daughter. Yeah. How many of us can do that? You see? By the way, we claim we have piety. Once marriage comes, it has to be dunya. It has to be in the basis of dunya. And the girl tell you, I want piety. Okay. Do you have piety? No. But I want him to be good. This is crazy. And what it will do, it will produce a bunch of people or human being good for nothing. And we watching. Where's the responsibility? Where a girl can get up and said, is me. I am going to be a role model. I am going to marry a man for sabilillah. No stupid wedding. No nothing of that. I will accept little bit. What Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. The most mubarak woman. أقلهم مؤونة. What it mean? The woman in the time of marriage, the one she asked for the minimum expense, this is in the eye of Allah the most blessing woman. And by the way, all this wedding and all dresses and all this habit and culture has nothing to do with Islam. Zero Islam. In Islam is very simple. You make nikah, the sheikh coming, couple of ayat, ahadith, dua, you marry her, accept, qabul, finished. Sign, marriage is done. After one day, not 1 year. Meaning now, the husband takes the wife or the father takes the daughter, give it to the husband. This is the sunnah. How long? In the same time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, finished. Not after 2 years, 3 years when she finished education and she changed her mind. Or you take all the gift and that's it. Egyptians do that. You go to engage with a girl, you keep milking the young man for gift, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. After, change my mind. Now the man said, please, can you give me my gift back? Forget it. It's only one way. As you go in, you cannot come out. And now the woman or the girl become like a merchandise, a ways of income to the house. By this way, who is a family or a man or a woman will accept, I want marry for sabilillah? What about the wedding? Is no wedding. After marriage, complete marriage, after you have complete relationship with your husband, the following day, you make what called walima. What is walima? A goat, a sheep, you slaughter, you make some biryani, whatever you want, okay? And you invite poor and needy people and relative and friend, and that's it, finished. With the intention to thank Allah for the marriage. That's it. You want to add some sweet? No problem. You want to make it 2-3 goat? No problem. Finished. Do I have to have a dress? No. Do I have to rent a hall? No. Do you have to have all the family present? And my uncle said, if you're not going to wait for me, I'm going to be upset. Sometimes I ask, who getting married? Is me or my uncle? If me, I want to get married, why my uncle has to be present? What he will do? And we wait. For what? Where is Islam? Really, where is Islam? Where is Islam? And in the meantime, we watching the calamity of the Ummah. Look at 1 day. 1 day or 2 day show. We're spending a year of preparation. And money. For what? To prepare for 1 day. It's a show. It's a show. Deep inside is a show. My daughter is not lower than so-and-so daughter. They have a wedding, it costs this. My daughter has to have a wedding of this. Where's sincerity? Is not there. Where's for sabilillah? Is not there. From the mother, from the father, from the daughter, everybody. Why to have to all this makeup, Allahu Akbar, and you have to have all this video and all this picture? All this colonialism has nothing to do with Islam. But you see, we know better. All this talk I do, it doesn't mean nothing. You know why? For 10, 15 ringgit, you go buy a small booklet about marriage. purpose of marriage, adab of marriage, regulation of marriage. 5 minutes, you get to know everything. The problem is not the knowledge. Where is the iman? Where is the real iman? Meaning our iman is fake, really, is big fake. Imagine if you go to marry this girl, and this man marry this girl. If you take all the expensive wedding, give it to them as a gift. Now they have a house, a car, with the price of the wedding. They can be subtle in one day, finished. Why you have to show off? Show off for whom? And is Islam say, I have to show off? Islam is the opposite. Islam is the opposite. I never forget it in Canada. In Canada, one time somebody introduced me to these people. And this man, he was a very, very, extremely rich. Very, very, very rich. And he decided to marry his daughter. To whom? To a very simple man he met him in the masjid. I bear witness to that. This happened like 20 years ago. And what he did, he rented a football field. The audience was 11,000. 11,000 audience. And in the audience was a big sound system. He get up. And I was shocked about what he said. He said to the man, and the man even did not know until this moment. He said, you want to marry my daughter? He said, yes. He said, I will not accept from you except what Rasulullah accept from Ali ibn Abi Talib. I need an iron ring. Not silver, not gold, iron. And 2 pillows. And a cover for them to cover. That is all I want from you. And the marriage take 5 minutes. He spread dates and milk, and that said, make dua. Finished. Huh? Where? Where are these people? Why you cannot be pioneer in goodness? Why you cannot be a role model and set a role model to society? If every girl, she said, I am going to be for you, Ya Allah. I am going to set the role model. You want to marry me? No wedding. You want to marry me? No dress. And the money we spend it for wedding, we can take half of this money, spend it for sabilillah, for goodness sake. Now you have a certain blessing coming over you as a husband and wife. By the way, the first night of marriage is blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much you can gain? What kind of baby will be produced this night? Huh? Where are we? We have the knowledge. Like people, when they ask me, talk about marriage. I said, brother, for 20, 30 ringgit, you can get a big book about marriage. You do not have the 30 ringgit, you go to Sheikh Google. You know Sheikh Google? And type, you know, the manner of marriage, the rule of marriage. Everything will be in front of you. But the problem is not the knowledge. Where the real iman can carry the knowledge. Where's the real niyyah? When Imam Shafi'i and many Imam, what they said? He said one hadith. One hadith containing 99% of the all Islam. All the knowledge in one hadith. All of them. What the hadith? إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Action according to niyyah. Where is that? How many father think about what is my niyyah? How many mother think about what is my niyyah? How many daughter think about the niyyah? Can you obey your father and mother to marry a nonsense for sabil al-dunya? No. You should say no. Allahu Akbar. Yes, it is my father. Yes, it is my mother. They cannot dictate unless for sabilillah. I obey of my father and my mother for Allah's sake. But for dunya's sake, no. For la la land's sake, no. For show off, no. For arrogant, no. Where is that? Tell me where. Where? And I go to session, you go to session, I go to sheikh, you go to sheikh. Did I hear? And we go and listen and listen. Where? What's happening to us? In the time of marriage, in the time of business, in the time... Listen to this. Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he praying. Umar ibn Khattab, what he do? He pray. After he finished pray, he heard somebody was talking. Somebody enter and he said, do you know so and so? He said, yes. I pray with him 15 years. He said, I'm just inquiring because he coming to marry my daughter. A man coming to marry a daughter of a man. The man go to the musalla, ask about the man quality. One man get up and he said, yes, I know him. He said, how you know him? He said, he prayed with me for the last 15 years. Look, Umar ibn Khattab, what he said. He said, did you deal with him with business? He said, no. He said, did you travel with him? He said, no. Did you do Hajj with him? He said, no. Did you do jihad with him? He said, no. He said, you do not know him. How many of us, oh, he's nice, he go to the masjid, oh, she's nice, she has hijab. This today, if you ask me, doesn't mean nothing. We have hijab, we have niqab, we have all the beard, we have all this, but we are fake, full of dunya inside. The people show up in a time of money, responsibility. When you travel, the reality of your manner show up. The reality of your akhlaq show up. The reality of you really show up. This is why some of the early people, and not too old, maybe like less than 100 years, somebody I heard him in my life, he said, if you really love your daughter or your son, and somebody come to marry them, don't talk. Don't talk at all. Somebody come to marry your daughter or your son, just before they come, make 2 rak'ah. Before they come, make 2 rak'ah istikhara. And once the person come, look at him, only one look. Only one. And said, Allah, if this man or this woman is good for me in this life and hereafter, make it for me. If it's not, get it away. Finished. Don't ask about his education, his money, what he has. Don't. Because if you're asking, it pollutes your heart. If you're honest, I look at you one look, you look at me one look. Only one look with one dua. And please, let's have 3 days to 7 days. I make my dua, you make your dua. And let's see what's coming. Why we talk about detail? Detail of what? Do we know the person? No. Who knows the person? Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Imagine I said, Allah, get out of this. Is my daughter. She has to marry my way, not your way, Ya Allah. Out, Ya Allah. Astaghfirullah. Out. I am the mother. I am Hitler. I am Mussolini. I have to do whatever it takes. She's my daughter. She's my son. Oh, if Hitler see our mother, he will commit suicide. And we claim ourselves we are a Muslim. Because istikhara will not work. Istikhara will not work if you are talking about all this detail. Because what happened? Now you be obsessed and thinking about the money, the status, who he is, instead of thinking about only one thing. You know Basira? Tomorrow I will talk about it. What is Basira? Basira coming from the name of Allah, Basir. What is Basira? Anybody know what is Basira? Imagine, did you ever ask Allah for Basira? Huh? Yes? What is Basira? You have Hidayah coming from Allah al-Hadi. You have Nur coming from Allah al-Nur. And you have Basira. Basira, to explain it to you, the infrared information system from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The infrared unseen information system. When you look to a person and all of a sudden, Allah, I want to know. Tell me about this person. Put in my heart what's good for me. All of a sudden something will happen. You know what will happen? Unity. All of a sudden the soul will be united. If we sincere and you have ease and tranquility and peace within. If I have that, why I need to ask for anything? Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, let's get married. Finished. How long it will take? 2 minutes. Because if I believe in Allah and I won't marry a person for sabilillah, all the detail, it doesn't matter. And if I look at you, it has nothing to do with beauty, by the way. It has nothing to do with the makeup. It has nothing to do with the place. I can look at the person and my heart like stuck. I don't want to look at you anymore. Again, has nothing to do with your beauty. It has to do with your soul. But if you belong to Allah. But if I'm a liar, and the moment I look at you, mommy, he's a little bit dark. He doesn't look good. Look, mommy, look at his shoes. Look at his shoes. You see? Or the mommy come, look outside. Look at his car. Look at his car. But that's why you marry for what? For a car, for a shoes, for a dress, for a status. I'm going to Canada. Not to Jannah, no, Canada. I'm going to Jahannam later, but we're going to Canada first. Really? You know, oh my son, oh my daughter, she's good, he's good. He will take you to Jahannam. Go, my daughter, go. Canada's cold. Get some snow, cool yourself to be ready for Jahannam. Imagine, and the mother will support. Why? Because he's going to Canada. I want my daughter to go to Mecca. Mecca? Why? Only Umrah. Only Hajj. By the way, Canada, America, Europe, any title has money, this is the one. This is the reality. Or, I like him. He looked nice. She looked nice. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what he said, you marry the girl for four reasons. For her beauty, her status, her money, and her deen. Get the deen. You will be a winner. Who said that? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But again, oh Rasulullah, you do not know. We are in Malaysia today, 21st century. Take a side. We know better. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. This is the reality. The reality is ugly. And after that, you want to talk about family. How many mother in the morning she said, oh Allah, give me a blessing day. And give me a blessing day for my children. How many mother or father always take the kids at night and open a book about the companion, read a story about the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, read one hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu about dunya and akhirah. How many mother day and night talk about akhirah? School. Do you have tasbih? My daughter, do zikr. Do a lot of dhikr. Money. Dollar, euro, dollar, euro, dollar, euro, dollar, euro, dollar, euro. Dollar, euro. Dollar, euro, dollar, euro, dollar. You see? This is what we're doing. You see? This is the reality. because our heart full of dunya. And this life, if you understand it, is اغتنام. What is اغتنام? Grab whatever you can. What meaning grab whatever you can? Grab whatever you can of a good deed before the door is closed. What the door is closed? By death or illness or a situation, and you cannot do good deed anymore. By this way, what do you want, you as a father? What you want from your kids? And you as a mother, what you want from your children? And you as a father, what the mother wants from the father? Oh, the TV is too small. Everybody get 50-inch. We have 32. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. What I said to my friend, everybody 50, 60-inch, and we still have 32. What I say to people? Where is it? 100. No 50-inch. You see, people champion each other. How many inch? You see? Does this make sense? Is this Islam? We go to the masjid, we come back from the masjid. We go to the masjid. What for? I want 25. I want 25. Everybody go to Jahannam, but I want 25. Salat al-Jama'ah has a purpose to get to know each other, to love each other, to support each other. 25 is rewarding, but not a purpose. Similar. Okay? Marriage to produce kids. That's it. We get married to get kids. Chicken get eggs. Rabbit have kids much better than us. 4, but 6, 12. Allahu Akbar. Is how many kids we have? Is the quality matter. And what quality? How big they are? How much weight they have? Today, every time the mother sees the daughter, what happened to you? You look yellow. You don't look good. Or what happened to you? You gain weight. What happened to you? How you get married this way? By this way, the whole talk about size, color, status, money has nothing to do with Islam. Tell me what we're going to produce. And after that we think, if I take my kids to school or ustaz come, the magic bullet will come and all the blessing will happen. No. The niyyah, the intention of the father, the intention of the mother, and the income of the father, and the food of the mother. How many mother enter the kitchen with the niyyah, oh Allah, give me a blessing food. Once they eat it, it go to their body, produce hidayah. Niyyah. Niyyah. How many of us sit down together, oh my family, we're supposed to go vacation this year, and I know you like it, and this vacation, for example, it will cost us 15,000 ringgit. Okay? But the situation in the Ummah is so tough. Let's save the money, and instead of going for vacation, we spend the money for sabilillah, for goodness sake, and we sit down with each other, thank Allah. If you said this to your wife, you will be in a hospital tonight. You will get some dishes, flying. But you want advice? Don't buy China. Don't buy China plates. Buy plastic. So when you get hit, it will be lighter. Really. Don't look, you will be in big trouble. After I leave, do whatever you want. Otherwise, I will be in trouble with you. Now, woman can say, oh brother, you talk about women. What about men? Sure, the men supposed to be the role model. But the man is acting like a slave. Why? The wife. We need money. We need to save. We need this. We need this. We need this. And the man, like Like day and night, day and night, day and night. And whatever what he do is not enough. And when he come in the evening, 10, 11 o'clock, like, you have no time for me. You have no time for your children. I work 12 hours and 2 hour driving. I am exhausted. I tell you something. You sit down, tell the wife to work. This is what you want today. Where do we go? Tell me where we go. Our heart full of greed. Dunya is overwhelming us. Dunya is overwhelming us. Where's Iman? Where's Iman al-Ghaib? Where's to be a role model for me and all people around me? Every time you talk to people about marriage, you know what they will say? What I'm going to say to my friend? What I'm going to say to my uncle? What I'm going to say to so and so? From my childhood, I used to say to everybody. You know what I said to everybody? Where's Allah? Wallahi will never mention it. Every time you mention, oh brother, what about his uncle? No, I cannot. Auntie, uncle. How many Muslims can say, I want to do something to please Allah? My uncle get upset, big deal. If the whole mankind got upset, and Allah will be pleased with you, what's your problem? And if you please everybody and Allah angry with you, what you gain? Huh? Tell me, what you gain? By this way, upbringing the children is easy. All what we're looking for is easy, but it needs a heart. It needs a heart. It needs somebody committed. Somebody really committed. Committed to what? Committed to please Allah. You want your husband to be good? Very simple. Tell him, my husband, please, we need Allah. Work, give us the minimum. We do not need too much. We can cut the budget about many things. But I need your presence. No problem. And in meantime, what happens if the woman, the man is not a man, or mommy boy, or he doesn't have it? Somebody has to do it. By the way, this time is not the time I point finger to you, you point finger to me. No. If my husband is good, alhamdulillah. If my husband is not good, what are you going to do? Make salat al-janazah. Finished. What it meaning? What is done is done. You make effort, you make your own journey, and if Allah won't give him guidance, he give him guidance. If not, it's not finished. By the way, if me, a man, try. If you, a woman, try. And by the way, your children reach 14, 15, 16. What it mean? If he's a boy, he's a man. In the front of Allah, he's a man. Don't call him my baby. Don't. And if it's a girl, even 11, 12 years old, but she reached puberty, she's a woman in the front of Allah. Don't keep treat her, oh, she's too young. And what happened? We'll be reducing bunch of puppet. And now, become from 12, become 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. What is that? How he can reduce a nation? How he can produce a really, really caliber people to support the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? It needs murabbi. What it meaning? It needs somebody with character. By the way, the man has to develop his character. Why? To be a role model. Not by speech. And the woman have to develop her character. Not by speech. If you do that, the kids is watching. And most of all, Allah is watching. He will put barakah in you. Today, one of the diseases in the ummah, I want to get married. I want to get married. Okay, you want to get married. Anybody? Anybody. Any dog. No problem. But I want to get married. I want a child. I want a child. I want a child. Even if you go to Jahannam, no problem. But I want a child. This is really scary. Because if you not qualify, your husband is not qualified, what kind of kids you will produce? Oh, she know how to cook. She's a good cook. She can make you fat in no time. This is what we do. We worry about cooking, we worry about this, but we not worry about the real essence. Why? Lack of Iman. Iman, people, Iman. And Iman al-Ghaib. Because we're supposed to be living for Akhirah. We're not living for here. Everything we do to please Allah because we're leaving. We're leaving very soon. And we're not going to take none of this. Only we take with us our Iman and good deed. I can talk to you about a lot of detail, but please, I have a website containing a lot of information. A lot. Even upbringing. You want to get married? I have many articles about marriage. Who I get married to, the purpose of life, how to choose a husband. In your fingertips. I'm not charging any money. It's for Sabilillah. And I have another website called MuslimFootsteps.com. MuslimFootsteps.com, containing all my work written so beautifully. In case you don't want to see my face, no problem. Just read. Just read. Because some people into reading, some people into listening. You don't like my voice? Alhamdulillah. Go to read. Oh, Wallahi, I promise you, you will gain a lot. You have series after series. It will take you a year and a half to finish it. It's all my life there. Because I cannot finish all this topic in one sitting. I can't. It's a lot of detail. A lot of detail from every aspect. From every aspect. But it needs an honest, sincere journey of Iman. Why? If I am belong to Allah, Allah belong to me. If Allah belong to me, He will guide me. He will give me basira. He will give me nur. He will inspire me. He will tell me what to do. He will help me in the time of marriage. He will help me for my children. He will help me for everything. He will be in my side. And I need Allah to be in my side. Very simple. Once this happens, now my decision will be according to Allah. My marriage will be according to Allah. My kids will be for Sabilillah. I will treat my husband for Sabilillah. He will treat me for Sabilillah. Life will become so beautiful, and that's it. Finished. Finished. Very easy. Wallahi is easy. And be careful. Today we do not know love. Read. I have beautiful article about love. If you read it, wallahi, it is the juice of my life. Because today we do not know love. We do not know. We have no love. We talk about love, but no. Love is a giving, not a taking. Love is caring. Look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He loves us. What we give Him? Does Allah need anything from us? No. And even we commit mistake and we commit sins, and He forgive us. And He patient with us. And He give us sutra. And He cover our sins. And the door is open. He's willing to do anything for us. Huh? Who's stopping us? What do you think? Huh? Are you here? You sure? You still alive? You ready? I have 10 people outside, ready to get married. Who want to get married? With minimum everything. 10 ringgit. Wallahi people, if you know what it means to marry for Sabilillah, you cry. You cry day and night. Because if you're not going to marry for Sabilillah, you marry for whom? For shaitan. And don't forget, the way you look will never last. Your size will never last. And don't forget, any relationship, believe it or not, any relationship, it will start after death. And I never forget this in a doctor office. When one man keep talking about his dog, his dog, his dog, his dog, and how he take his dog on vacation, and how he rent for him a room in a hotel. The dog. And when he was leaving, I find he have something in the car very interesting. Listen to this here. If any girl in here or any young man is not married, listen to this sentence coming. We cannot choose family, but we can choose friend. We cannot choose family, but we can choose friend or a companion or a husband or wife. The only decision Allah give it to you as a license. Imagine if we abuse it. The only decision you can make by yourself is whom you marry to. And now I said, Allah, get out of this business. Ya Rasulullah, I do not need your advice. Mommy! Mommy! Imagine what kind of wedding will be a wedding cursed by Allah. Because it has nothing to do with Allah. You want now have a blessing kids? You want the kids blessed by Allah? How? How? Who are you talking to? Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Really, Astaghfirullah al-Azim, Astaghfirullah al-Azim. By this way, the only companion you ever going to choose in your life will affect your dunya and akhirah is a husband or wife. This is the only companion. كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم to his daughter Fatima. He said, Ya Fatima, remember your husband, جنتك ونارك. It is your own Jannah, is your own hellfire. But the man now abuse the license. I am your Jannah, I am your Jahannam. By this way, your parents abuse, the daughter abuse, the son abuse, everybody abuse. You do not want none of that? Have dignity to yourself. And what kind of dignity? Be for Allah, Allah will be for you. Love Allah, Allah will love you. Ask Allah consultation, Allah will choose for you. But when Allah choose for you, let me prepare you. He might choose for you, but somebody might not look the way you like, or size they're not the way you like, or the age not the way you like. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with what? Who will lead me to Jannah? Who will give me children to Jannah? This should be our goal. Who will give me a child to support the mankind and ummah and elevate the deen of Allah? Again, who's that now? Niyyah. How many mother, when she feel pregnant, all of a sudden she said exactly like the mother of Maryam. What the mother of Maryam did? Maryam alayhi salam. What she said? Oh Allah, give me in my belly a pure and pious belong to you child. And this child, I want him to carry the message. Look at the two dua. Pure to you and a message. Look at, if you study this topic, wallahi, you cry. You cry so bad. Do you know why Allah generated Isa alayhi salam? Isa alayhi salam came with a blessing woman. Why? They said, with the qadr of Allah, when the mother give birth, or the mother have a child in her belly, the mother of Maryam, she already had a female. But she want a prophet. The mother what want? A prophet. Meaning what? Allah accept the mother dua. And because Allah accept the mother dua, now the girl has to be pure and she has to give a birth to a prophet without no man. Why? Because the mother said so. Because the mother of Maryam, she said, I want somebody muharraran, completely pure to you. Look at this woman. Is this not a woman? What kind of woman is that? When Zakaria alayhi salam, he wants a son. He wants a son to play with him, to go and play cricket or soccer game. No. Zakaria alayhi salam, he wanted a child to carry the message. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he wanted a child to carry the message. The mother of Maryam alayhi salam, she wants somebody to carry the message. It's not just a child. No. No. Today what we do? Oh, did you see my cutie? Look, my cutie. Look, she's cute. Right? It's cute. She look nice. And all we care about it, how she look like. How he look like. Huh? Where are we? What to do? Very simple. Journey of Iman. Real. I call it journey of Iman. Because once you go to journey of Iman, everything changes. You become free. Free from all the stereotype. Free from attachment. Free from dunya. And now your decision, everything you do will have a blessing from Allah. What time do you have? 10 o'clock. Wow. Enough. Because you have to go to work. School, work, school, work, school, work, school, work, school, work. No, that's okay. Any question, any concern? Now open the question. By this way we can galvanize the talk. Money, astaghfirullah, money. Okay. Okay. Anwar, he said everything enrooted now. I tell you something, ya Anwar. Very simple. Read the life of the companion of Rasulullah in Mecca. A man embraced Islam like Mus'ab ibn Umayr. Young man. And he was spoiled, full of money. What he did? He denied everything. His mom tell him, you do not stop being a Muslim, I will never give you money. And even she will refuse to feed him. To the point when he died, rahmatullah alayhi, in the battle of Uhud, what happened? When Rasulullah covered his feet, his upper part is, show up. When he covered the head, he cried. Rasulullah cried. They asked him, Ya Rasulullah. He said, I remember him when he was dressing the best dress with the best perfume ever anybody have. Look at the devotion of Allah. The devotion of Allah make you ready to do anything for sabilillah. You see? By this way, why the companion change? Because Islam, real Islam, transforms the person. Let me tell you something else. What make non-Muslim who embrace Islam, they become very powerful? Because they immigrate to Allah completely. But what do you want from me? I have hijab, I make salah. What is that? You see? By this way, we have this relaxation mood inside. Like I'm fine. Don't tell me anything else. I go to Sheikh so-and-so, I get Sheikh so-and-so, I have this session, I have Quran Sharif, I'm memorizing. What else do you want? But deep inside, dunya. Deep inside dunya. Deep inside dunya. And this, believe it or not, is a crisis in the ummah, man or a woman. And by the way, read and listen to me about what meaning a man, what meaning a woman. Because we are male and female. To be a woman is a character, is a responsibility. To be a man is a character and a responsibility. Any question, any concern? Take it before you go. If I'm selling cake now, everybody will after me. I want the recipe, I want the recipe, I want the recipe. Jannah, we do not want recipe. But cake, we want the recipe. Eh?
We live today.
We live today.
We live today with the vision for the next world. Okay, that's for sure for all Muslims. But the minute we go out of the door, it's different because we tend to think about money, we think about things like our children, education, blah blah blah, and because of that, the time has already been taken away for this purpose.
Mm.
Yeah?
Everybody hear him?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So before you go out from the door, you know that you live for tomorrow, for the next world.
Mm.
The minute you go out the door, you see cars, you see people sending children to school, you see your career, you see a lot of things.
Mm.
And the minute you move out from your house, the money
It get you.
is the thing.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking about money, where your time has been taken away for what you have originally lived for.
Okay.
So to balance that, sometimes it's quite difficult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody hear him or no?
Yeah.
Do you hear him? Not really. He said, I'm a good man. I'm leaving for akhirah. I'm akhirah. But the moment I leave the house, I see different car, I see dunya, I think about money, I involve in dunya, I forget akhirah. And think about all this. What to do? And how I balance, correct? How I balance. I just talk about it today. Bad news. Very bad news. What word balance mean? 50-50. 50-50. We want to go to Jannah 50%, we go to Jannah 50%. Really? Because no verse in Quran tell you balance. No one hadith tell you balance. Okay? Balance, I said it today. Word balance exists only in one verse, in one chapter. Ar-Rahman. But this has a meaning. وَالسَّمَاء وَرَفَعَهَا وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانِ. The sky elevated and he descended the scale. أَلَّا تَطْغَوْا فِي الْمِيزَانِ. Don't oppress the scale. What the scale? The scale of Allah. Also, if you listen to me carefully and listen to my session, take this from me. No blaming, no complaining. Is no verse in Quran. If I leave my house, I can look to another car, I look to dunya, and by the time I come back, I will be Abdullah part-time in the house, and once I leave the house, I'm not Abdullah. Is a hadith is enough for us. Wallahi. This hadith one time, somebody tell me, give me knowledge. I tell him I will give you one hadith. If you live it, it will be sufficient for you. One hadith. If you live it, will be sufficient with you. What this hadith? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what he said? Man asbaha, whoever wake up, وَهَمَّهُ هَمًّا وَاحِدًا. And all his ham, all his desire, all his thinking, all his inspiration, hammu dunya. All you think about it is dunya. مَلَأَ اللَّهَ قَلْبَهُ فَقْرًا. Allah fill his heart with poverty. And stamp between his eyes with a stamp of poverty. And fill his hand with action. Work, busy, work, busy. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have disunity between him and his family. Disunity between him and his family. And he will not gain from dunya except what's written for him. And in meantime, another part of the hadith, Man asbaha wa hammahu hamman wahidan. Whoever get up and all he want, only one thing, huwa hammul akhirah. Only think about akhirah. Only one. ملأ الله قلبه غنى. Allah fill his heart with richness. وجمع الله له شمله. And Allah make all his family united to him and all his affair. وفرغ يديه من العمل. And his hand will be free. He will work a little bit. وجاءته الدنيا وهي راغمة. And dunya will come underneath his feet. And the first one, Allah will hate him most. The second one, Allah love him most. Somebody said, brother, you want me to get up and one akhirah, no dunya? You don't understand. This is intention. Because today we misunderstand. I want to go to the bathroom. Is this a goal or necessity? To eat, a goal or necessity? Hello? Necessity. Okay? To drink, A goal or necessity? To make money, goal or necessity? That's it. But when we switch it and we make necessity become a goal. You see, taking a job, making business, making money, is nothing wrong with that. But supposed to be to support you for your journey to Akhirah. But what happening to us? This talk is easy. But once I make money, I get a bigger car, different house, vacation, go to here, diamond ring, and this is, and da. Non-stop. Is this Akhirah? Wallahi people, for sabilillah, how many of us when we wake up in the morning, the first thing we said, oh Allah, give me my day, Ya Allah. Give me my day. Make this day witness to me, not against me. Give me the blessing of this day, Ya Allah. Today, once you wake, what do you want to eat? Do you want to eat this? No. I will get you this. But the first thing we want, talk about food. And at night before we go to sleep, what do you want to eat tomorrow? What do you want me to prepare? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Nobody of us really losing weight. Everybody gaining weight. But where is the weight of Iman? By the way, outside is environment. If you are inviter to Allah, the whole dunya become for you. But if you allow dunya to invite you, don't blame dunya. Because even shaitan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran, when shaitan coming in the deep judgment and said, shaitan, oh Allah, he did it. Shaitan ran away from us. And he said, Allah, I only whisper. He's the one, he did it. Don't blame me. فَلَا تَلُومُونِي وَلُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't blame me, blame yourself. But today is easy to blame. The wife blames the husband. The husband blames the wife. The kids blame the parent. The parents blame the country. The country blames the environment. Ya Allah. And believe me, shayateen now is running away from us. They said enough is enough. You guys have a doctorate degree in shayateen. Action. Because you see, it's easy to blame. What happened to Ramadan? Shayateen is captured. Who's argue and fighting and do all the nonsense? We still do. What it mean? Meaning we have the habit of shayateen. Because if you are a mu'min, you have the habit of a mu'min. If you're full of shayateen, you have the habit of shayateen. And if you want me to give you a beautiful gift, listen to my lecture a couple of days ago or yesterday in, which one is that? About the most dangerous verses in Quran. Okay? Please listen to a session called the most dangerous verses in Quran. What happens if we do not remember Allah? What will happen? Allah promised to give me a shaitan to be my companion. What else do you want? You understand me, brother? By the way, balance is not exist. Okay? We can talk about this time for another session. If you love your dunya, you destroy your akhirah. If you love akhirah, you destroy your dunya. You see? Very simple. Any question, any concern? No problem. But by the way, if nobody asks question, can we make a request? If nobody asks question, no dinner.
Yeah, because the minute we go outside the world, outside the door, we enter office, the office says, I want 100% of you. So because of you got no choice, you tend to fulfill the expectation of the company. And if you are a student, okay, you want to become a medical doctor, nothing less than 4 flat. You have to score all A's. So that tendency, that challenge makes you, somehow other become 70-80% of your time to the world,
okay,
and remaining 30 or maybe less to the akhirah. the situation, the environment in the current world nature,
Yeah.
which competition is fantastic. I mean, you got all A's, but
Okay.
people got all A plus.
Mhm.
So you still cannot become a doctor, for example.
Okay.
So if you want to remain in the
Are you listening to him?
yeah.
No, the woman not listening to him.
You have to perform this. Your target is this. You must achieve still 4 million a year. This, that. So you got no choice but to spend time on that. And because of that, though you know that you are living for Akhirah, but because of that, you know, and the tendency, and finally you forgot about your Akhirah.
Okay.
That is what I'm afraid.
Okay. He's very honest, very sincere. He said, I'm a human being. The moment I go to the office wants 70-80% of me. If I'm a student, everything from me. My mom want me to be a doctor. So-and-so want me to be this. And the office want me to be this. And the dunya want to be this. No problem. This is dunya advertising. And Allah advertising. By this way, dunya advertising, Allah advertising. And he used some very beautiful word, that's challenging. The competition. The companion have the same thing. But the competing for akhirah. I will give you a dua, but you have to be honest. Said, oh Allah, make my provision easy. And make me for you, Ya Allah. But, let me give you bad news. If your heart is corrupted, you cannot do that. I give you example. How many of you working and you have a house and you have it for a long time and you have equity? You can sell a big house, buy a small house, and the money is the different. You can open a business or put it in some kind of a business to give you income. Now you're living in a smaller house with some small business and you're done. Why we have to compete? You see this table? This portable table, right? It can be folded. Correct? Okay. Abu Darda again. Who's Abu Darda? Hakim al-Ummah. The most wise man in the Ummah. He was so skinny. Very skinny. Okay? And he always spent 80-90% of his time in the masjid. The people felt so bad for him. And this companion of Rasulullah, they said, Ya Abu Darda, we get you a small portable table, we put it outside the masjid, and we will help you. We get you some merchandise, and you just do some business. By this way, you get some money. He refused. They said, Abu Darda, you said business is haram? He said, no way, astaghfirullah al-azim. I cannot say that. But one verse in Quran, I'm scared of. Him. This Abu Darda talking. I want you to think about his thinking and look about our thinking. Chapter An-Nur. Chapter An-Nur. Verse An-Nur. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, في بيوت أذن الله أن ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه. In the houses of Allah. Okay? The name of Allah will be called. Okay? And in the end of the verse, فيها رجال. These houses of Allah, they have رجال. لا تلهيهم تجارة ولا بيع عن ذكر الله. No business, no dunya, get them away from Allah. يخافون يوما. They're so scared of the day. The eyes will be flipped and the heart will be flipped. They're afraid of this day. But that's why he said, is a verse in Quran, I'm scared I cannot implement. But that's why if you really go to journey of Iman, it's containing a lot of sacrifice. According to your Iman, you will sacrifice. You see, I want a Lamborghini. I'm going to sacrifice my money for Lamborghini. I want Maserati. I will Maserati, Ferrari, Porsche, this and that. By this way, I am going to sacrifice my money for what beloved to me. Very simple. Who is stopping us to live simple? is us. And I give you advice for Sabilillah. One sheikh, he gave it to me when I was 16, 17 years old. He said, you see, I can argue with you, you argue with me, you can debate what I said, but prepare the argue between you and Allah. Can you say, Allah, I'm in Kuala Lumpur, dunya is too much, what you want from me? 50-50, ya Allah. If you can win this conversation with Allah, continue. You see? If you believe you can win Munkar wa Nakir in the grave, continue. And if you believe you're going to die and meet Allah, now prepare the meeting. Do you know how many verses in Quran about that? Please go to my website and read the article, Heedlessness and Meeting Your Lord. Because the mu'min working all his life just waiting for this meeting. We too far. Did I tell you now to sit home, do nothing? No. But take it easy and make steps toward Allah. And start it by dua. Number one. Number two, cut expense. All the luxury life, make it little bit less. I'm not telling you to lose weight, no. But in the meantime, you can budget yourself little bit humble. Because I see it in here. We become a championship of houses, cars. Look, this. We do not need it. How many pillow you need? You need one pillow. How many bed you need? You see? Even you do not need a bed. A piece of wood, something in the tub, and mashallah. Do you need a big, huge house with 4 or 5 maids? You do not need it. Do you need to show off to show people how big your house? But this way I see it. I give it advice to many people and they pass so beautiful. I have a big house. This big house, if I sell it, it will give me a money. This money I take it, I buy another small house, and the portion of the money I put it in business. Finished. Now I'm free more. And if you work for Allah, Allah work for you. Very simple. No. I will not work for Allah. Why? You see, my company give me money. What Allah will give me? Imagine a Muslim today call himself a Muslim. He afraid to work for Allah. Really? We afraid to work for Allah? Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Meaning, if I work for Allah, Allah will not give me salary. But my boss give me salary. I have to love my boss more. I have to devote to my boss more. I have to have loyalty to my boss more. Wallahi, we do not understand. If you do not like what I said, very simple. Buy this book called Men Around the Messenger by Khalid Muhammad Khalid. And take the story of the companion one at a time. And he wrote it very small, extremely small. Meaning every story will take 10-15 minutes maximum. Read it and analyze the way they think. Read it and analyze the way they think. When Abu Darda radiallahu anhu, he went to Syria 35 years after Rasulullah died, or less, a lot less. Okay? Wonder what happened. He see them start painting the houses. Just start painting. And this was the beginning of second floor. You know what he said? He said the famous sentence. He said, عَمَّرْتُمْ بِيُوتَكُمْ وَدَمَّرْتُمْ قُبُورَكُمْ. You decorate your houses and you destroy your grave. Because the money you decorate the house for, you can decorate your grave. Yes, maybe the bathroom look ugly. But do I need to renovate the bathroom? A lot of people put the best money in the bathroom. I like to feel good. Imagine bathroom become enjoyment and entertainment. Did you see my bathroom? Come on, I show you my bathroom. Did you see my kitchen? I come on and show you my kitchen. And the women compete with each other. This is my kitchen. What kind of kitchen you have? You have this kitchen? No, I have this kitchen. And the man play with toys. Did you see my car? Do you see the rim? The rim is such and such and. By this way, look at the way we're thinking. By this way, read the life of the companion of Rasulullah and read our life. Huge difference. Now, can I complain to Allah and said, Allah, I'm in Kuala Lumpur. What do you want from me? Meaning Allah make a mistake in Quran. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. It is our wicked nafs and our weak nafs. Wallahi people, going to Allah is so beautiful and so easy. Only if you free and you free yourself from the dunya attachment. And believe it or not, you are just one step toward the grave. One foot here, one foot in the grave. And the long journey is the grave. You see?
Back to reality.
Is not if, is when. And has nothing to do with young and old. Are you here? Are you listening? Blaming, complaining? Wake up big time. The lucky of us if Allah choose one of us for Sabilillah. May Allah accept our meeting. May Allah accept you. Put barakah in you. Put barakah over us. And let me tell you some of the dua I do for myself. Oh Allah, elevate me with Islam and elevate Islam with me. And don't make me the cause of disgrace Islam, Ya Allah, in earth. Make me, Ya Allah, elevate your name. Make me allow people to know who you are, Ya Allah. Make me the cause of guidance, Ya Allah. And don't make me the cause of fitna, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, we are so weak and you are strong. We are so poor and you are rich. Give us hidayah, Ya Allah. Give us tawbah, Ya Allah. Give us basira, Ya Allah. Give us hikmah, Ya Allah. Give us nur, Ya Allah. Make us belong to you, Ya Allah. Snatch the love of dunya out of our heart and fill our heart with loving you, Ya Allah. Ameen, ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.